All right. So I have created one class named Applet, and note that the A in Applet is in capital letter. You have to capitalize the name of the class of every class. That is the standard what Java suggests. And if you don't give it as a capital letter, the first letter, it's all right. But still, it's a standard maintained by Java. So I'm following that. So to create an applet, you need to tell Java that this class defines an applet and not something that is going to use console here. Okay. Usually when you run normal programs, you will see the output in the console. But right now, what I want is an applet window to open. So to tell that our program is of type applet, you need to extend write extends keyword that is used to inherit, and you need to extend applet class. All right, so see that it has already imported it by itself. So we have applets here. When we try to run this, it will open this small window because it knows now that this Java program is for the applet which I'm writing right now. All right, so let's start adding some elements to it. So I'll add some text field. Okay, t1 equal to new text field. Note that when I type and if I want to get suggestions, what I do is I hold control and then I press space. It shows all the possible combinations for what I'm typing. So it is suggesting me text field and that is what I want right now. So I can just press enter. Alright. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm not typing everything. I will just type half of it and then press Control plus space. It will suggest me what I'm trying to do, and I will just press on it. I'll just choose that option and press Enter. That's what I'm doing right now. See, it's suggesting me what I want. So yeah, I have created three text fields. Sorry. Yeah, I have created three text fields right now. All right. So see, right now I've created three text fields. So what happens if I run the program now? Will I see the text field on the applet? Let's go ahead and see it. See, we are not seeing anything on the applet because we have not implemented it, right? We have just mentioned it, but we have not implemented the text field onto the applet. That's why we are not able to see anything in this applet window here. All right. So to implement it, what we need to do is we can write init function that is related to applet, or we can just simply write the constructor for this program. So the constructor, and as you know, the constructor name and the class name should match, and the constructor should always be public. All right. So yeah, done. So in this, I can give add, yeah, add t1. Right now, yeah, when you try to run this after giving add t1, you'll see that a small text field has been added where you can type anything, numbers or alphabets or anything. So this has been implemented onto the applet by the add function that is defined by the applet class. All right. So what I will do is, okay, yeah, what I will do is I will add all three text fields. All right. So let's check what is the output. See, it is giving me the text field in a master format. I want the first text field onto the first row, and the second text field onto the second row, and the third text field on the third row, so that it looks better for me. So what I need to do is I need to define a layout. Now what layout does is it will arrange your elements that you have put on the applets in a manner that it looks neat. So for that, what I need to do is I need to mention grid layout. Okay, so grid layout, yeah, set layout and in that new grid layout, and it takes parameters number of rows and number of columns. So number of rows I will give 3 and the columns I will give 2. Okay, now I will try to run this. See, now it is giving in a proper manner. There are 3 proper text fields defined, and now I can type anything onto these 3 text fields. Note that it doesn't make sense what you type. There is no processing happening. You have mentioned it and there is no action supported to this. Alright, so we have 3 text fields put into an applet. So what to do next? Like, what is a motto? Behind every applet there needs to be some motto, right? So what I will do right now is I will mention labels. Now text field is where you can type anything. Now label is something that will display text onto your applet. We will see what it is right now. I1 equal to new label, and within this constructor I will give the name of the label, like I can give first number. I will create another label L2 and I will give new label second number, then another L3, I will give new label third number. Okay, not third number, I will give as result. We will do some arithmetic operations. Alright, so yeah, this is what I done. So I'll try to run this, and you see there is nothing because we didn't add it, right? We created before text field, we run it, we don't see anything, but we add it, then we run it, we see it on the user interface. So you need to add it. Now what is the sequence in which I'm adding? I want the label to be displayed first. So it would be like first number, then the text field. Alright, so yeah, this has to be above this so that it is properly defined. Okay, first it will show the text field first number, and it will show the no, it will show the first it will show the label first number, and then it will show the text field. That is what I want right now. Yeah, so yeah, now label 2, then the corresponding text field, label 3, then the corresponding text field. Alright, now we will go ahead and run this and see what happens. See, it will show first number, second number, and the result. So what we can do with this applet is, when I hover over this and press enter, there's no action taking place. So what we can do is we can add an action listener. Like suppose I want to have the sum of the first number and second number and display it in the result. Like sum is something. Not that you type sum is and calculate and type it. We want to do it programmatically. So what we can do for that is add action listener. There is something called as action listener, and action listener is an interface. Okay, when you write extents and you write a class, that means you're inheriting it. When you write implements and write action anything like implements and you write anything, that will be an interface. And what interface does is it will provide you some methods to interact. It will provide you some methods to interact with the user interface. Right now our user interface is dead and it is not doing any actions. So I want to add action listener, and why I'm adding this, you will see it now. Okay, so it is showing an error. So let's just see, and it's showing add unimplemented methods. So it is suggesting me to add unimplemented methods. So I'll just click on it and see, we can see action performed. So every interface has some set of functions that need to be implemented. Like action listener has action performed method to be implemented. So right now when we extend applet, we can use this set layout, or we cannot, or we, if we don't want to use, then we can remove it, but I will see no errors. But what happens in action listener is that you have to implement these methods defined by the interface. It is compulsory to use it. All right. So yeah, that's why we have mentioned it, and there is no error right now. There is some warning that is not actually some error what we are seeing right now. So there is no error now. So if we try to run this, there is still nothing happening. Our UI is still dead because I didn't mention anything for which label or which for which text field we need to do some action, right? There should be some button or something. Okay, before button, what I will do is add action listener to the second number. All right. So T2 dot add action listener. Here we can see. Here we can see add action listener. All right. So in this, I will give this. Now, why we're giving this here is that it will say that text 2 needs the service. All right. Text field 2 needs service and it will refer to itself and it will go here. Add action listener and it will go action perform. It will call this method. All right. So we will see what happens if we in the action performed we give t3 dot set text hello. All right. So we will run this and see what happens. We have added action listener to text field 2 and text field 2 is this is text field 1, text field 2, this is text field 3. All right, this is label 1, this is label 2 and this is label 3. All right, so I added the text action listener to text field 2 here. You can see t2 dot add action listener this. All right, so when I click on this and press the button enter, you can see it shows hello. All right, because I've written t3 dot set text hello. Now what set text does is it sets the text for this text field. So it is setting the text hello onto the text field 3. All right, so that is what is happening right now, but my intention to build this app is to find the sum of the two numbers what I'm giving right now, like 23 plus 1, what will be the answer? 24, right? So that I need to display. So how I will do it, I will show you. All right. So what we need to do right now is, okay, so t2 dot add action listener is okay. Now what you need to do is you need to grab this number what you're giving in the first number in the t1 text field what you're giving, you need to grab this number. To grab it, what you need to do is create a string s1, say s1. So now what I will do is t1, right? The contents of the first number, to get the first operand to add, I need to have this 23. So how I will get this 23 is from t1. This is text 1 field. This is text 1 text field. Okay. So I will get, then I will do get text. Now what this get text will do is it will go to this text field and it will grab this 23 as a string and store it in s1. All right. Right now it is stored as 23 in string. Remember that. All right. So and what we can do is we want to do add operation, right? So take double for example. Double, now I will say num1 equal to double dot parse double s1. Now why we are doing this? Double num1 double dot parse double s1 will do the conversion from string. I said 23 it is taking as a string, not as a double or integer value. Now what double value is? Double value is something that is a data type with decimals, right? It has decimal value. So it will take 23.0. Right now we have 23 as a string. When you add 23 with a number, an integer 1, it will actually add the ASCII value of 23. That is not what we want, right? Because it is storing it as a string. You can't directly store it as double because in text field, not 23, I can type anything which I want to type. All right. It's not only that I can give numbers and with decimal points, I can give anything. Text field can contain anything, not only numbers. That's why it will return you the string value, and that string value you need to convert it into the double value so that you can perform the sum operation. You can't perform the sum operation on strings. All right. So what I will do for the next one is num2 equal to double dot parse double s2. All right. Okay, there is no s2. So what I will do is t2 dot get text. I have done this directly. All right. So here I have done it indirectly. S1 equal to T1 dot get text, and then I have given S1 here. But what I am doing here is I'm combining these two both steps and giving directly. Another way of doing this, what I have done here for double num2 is giving string S2 equal to get text and giving S2 here. All right. So you can do this or this as well. All right, so it is just to show you the different ways in which we can do things. All right, so right now we have both the operands. So what I need to do now, I need to find the result, and the result will also be of the type double. All right, so I will give num1 plus num2. Now I need to display it. I will display it in the result. Okay, in this, in the result, corresponding to the result, there is a text field 3. In that text field 3, I will display the result. Right. So to do that, t3 dot set text, and then I will give sum and note that plus operator is to concatenate two strings. All right, is to append two strings. Plus symbol in Java is to append two strings, or a string and a variable or something like that. So yeah, so I will give res here. All right, so we will run this now and see what happens. First number 3, then the second number 7, and with my mouse pointed here I will press enter. It will show sum is 10. How did this happen? Right, see, when you hover over this and press enter, action listener is listening to it. So in the text field 2 you have written and you are pressing enter, it will call this action performed function, and it will show the result. It will calculate it. What t1.getText will do is it will get the text 3 and then store it in s1, and then it will be converted to double format, like it will be 3.000 something. So to convert that into double format, what you do is double dot parse double. What parse double does is it does the processing internally. We don't have to take care of all the conversions. Java is doing it for us. All right. So it will convert 3, which was in string, to the double value of the string 3, which is 3.00 something. And here we are doing it in direct method, and we are calculating the result, and we are displaying it through this final one. All right. We can even set a background for this, background color, so that it looks pretty, maybe that's what I can call. Right, so if I run this, you will see the background color is this sand color. Okay, so I can give anything. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it is giving exponential value. Yeah, so it works perfectly right now. So this is what an applet is. This is an introduction to what an applet is and how we can use action listener and interface to make use of applets, and we can make the applets more interactive. So yeah, extend is a keyword that is used to inherit applets. When we inherit applets, we will get to know that it is an applet, and even the Eclipse will be aware that you want to run it in an applet mode. All right. So implements action listener. Now action listener is an interface. So every interface has set of functions, and for this action listener interface, you have only one function here,